Hello, good morning, and Merry Christmas to everyone who celebrates Christmas. I do have some information coming through, since I woke up this morning, and I've been advised not to share yet, so there will be more coming. For right now, the thing that I can share is that, especially my friends in the gay community, the LGBT community, I just want to say that it's really crazy how, because for many years, if I heard the name Jesus, I was irritated, aggravated, just completely, my brain would shut down as soon as somebody said that name, which is just how it's been. I just want to say, Jesus has gotten a really bad rap. I want to also say that it has been being practiced in many religions and by many people, of course not all, many people that call themselves Christians, is a form of Christianity that turned into, it's controlled by darker entities. And that's okay. Nobody has done anything wrong. It's just where things have been. I also just want to say, Jesus has gotten such a bad rap. As I've woken up to this, what I see it as pure Christ consciousness, it is possible for us in human form to love unconditionally as God or the source sees us, as we see Jesus as being loving unconditionally. For me, it started with learning to love myself unconditionally. What I want to say is Jesus did love without condition, and that means loving without condition. And Jesus was all about the ones that our society had kicked down, the homeless people, the prostitutes. And I just want to say that what it has been turned into has absolutely nothing to do with what he was teaching. Our society was operating in such a way that these fear-driven humans have taken a message that was pure, and because of the place that they were in that time, in their own evolution, everything is unfolding perfectly, and they took it and turned it into something that mirrors what our society is. And that's okay. We're shifting right now, though. And this is, I believe, going to be the biggest collective shift that at least humanity has on record right now. I just want to say, Jesus would be the first one, especially with the trans people, and I know that can bring stuff up for a lot of people. They are here for specific purpose. There is a reason why they are going through what they're going through. And I know for me, as a person who has not experienced the adversity that a trans person specifically has faced in this world, in this society being built how it is, Jesus would be the first one sitting there with him. Jesus loved unconditionally. Jesus was all about the freaks and the ones that are kicked down. And that is the thing I feel most passionate about as well. I just want to say, pure consciousness lives within all of us, including those people. And I also want to say that it's actually easier. I feel like all exactly where we're supposed to be. And the people that have faced more adversity are actually, a lot of us are actually a lot closer to accessing this pure consciousness. It's a little more challenging when we're caught in this societal game as it stands right now. And we should all consider that it is available to all of us, and everything is changing over this next few years. So the more that we can do the work, and because of the energetic shifts that are happening, it's going to happen a lot quicker. I really feel that it's not going to be a process like it was for me over a 13 or 15 year period. It's going to happen a lot quicker. We are in energetic, it's just the place that we're in right now. And if we're looking to that as a goal, we will continue reaching for that goal, because it is the mind and the ego that wants to grasp onto the idea of being awakened or enlightened or whatever. Only our ego that wants to grasp that thing, because and when we can release that and just surrender to this process, there's a lot of people in those communities that we heard things and we were shut out by family members, we were shut out by people that called themselves Christians and things like this, and I'm not making those people wrong. That was exactly as it needed to be. And I want to say, I really believe for the ones that society has kicked down because of the adversity faced, I just want you to know that this love, unconditional love, is available to you. And unconditional love means loving every single part of this system, every single being, we are all individual expressions of the same consciousness. Jesus has gotten a bad rap. Jesus would be the first one sitting with the trans people and the gay people. And because this is not about bringing up guilt and shame in the parents who shut their kids out and things like that. It's just the way this is operated for so long. And it's the way that we've been conditioned and the way that we go into fear about certain things. And you know, Jesus loves those people the same. That consciousness loves those people the same as the ones on the streets. As they're like, everyone is equal in this consciousness. We're all expressions of the same consciousness. So I just want to bring that idea and hopefully shift to be open to this consciousness is all loving, and this was just people that were off track from the message that was being taught. It's not at all. These teachings, like, they were never about shutting anyone out at all. It was about everyone feeling loved and supported. So I just hope that you can be open to know, because I remember at one point I was in such a dark place and I just thought, God, maybe I need Jesus, you know? And I was like, F that, you know? I don't want anything to do with that. Like, God hates fags. I have been called a fag since I was in kindergarten. I don't think so. A lot of that, then even as I moved past that, a lot of that fear-based conditioning was still really ingrained in my mind. And so and it felt like weakness to turn to that. It lives within you. It's not an external thing. It is not, we're not giving our power away. We are literally being empowered by this all pure, unconditional, loving source and energy that we are expressions of. So I just want to bring that point to, so everyone knows, like, this is open to everybody. And just to make note of it, I really feel like the ones on the streets, the ones that their families have shut them out, things like this, because of what the process requires, when, especially like being on the streets or something like that, and the adversity you have to face, and anything that you identified with, your status or your things of this world are stripped away. People that have the most information are the people on the streets, like, that are most tapped into this consciousness, that really are in touch with it. And I know that can also feel like, you know, I did everything right in this society and whatever, and I'm further from it than these people. It's a balance, you know, because I do feel like the ones that are going to be leading, here's the thing though, it's beautiful, because it's okay. That is the process of the ego death. Like, the people that are on the streets were kicked down by society over and over and over and over again. It was very painful to go through that process. While I wasn't on the streets, I not just had the much help that I had many times. That would be me. And there was times too that I just wanted to go live out there because I just couldn't stand the way this society operated anymore. And I just want to say, so yeah, it's just part of the the hell that those people went through to get there. I believe that they are more in touch actually with this, and it's going to be easier for them to tap into that. And then there's going to be a whole switch, a whole shift in leadership, and the ones leading are going to be the ones that were the most kicked down. I know this in my heart, and that doesn't mean that anyone is better or worse than anyone. That is all concepts created from a darker agenda by, really, feel like there's very few faces at the very top that are in their face. We don't know their names and faces, and they are the controllers of this game, and there is a darker agenda in place. Also, just want to introduce the idea that to consider, because some things they're going to be hard to digest as things come out. And just one thing to consider is, I'm going to leave you with this point. Consider that maybe literally every single thing that you know is not true. Just as a point to consider, because in almost every facet of life, everything is going to change, and there is going to be physical proof for a lot of things, and it's only going to come as quickly as we can digest it. But I think it's important that we start to reflect on that. We're going into a time of great change, and it is beautiful. The age of Aquarius is amazing. People have been talking about this for so long, and we shifted into it already. And I feel the shifts, like, if you're going through a dark time, like, it's okay. This is the time to go through it too, honestly, because and the shift is going to happen a lot quicker, because there's major energetic shifts that have happened already, where we moved from me to we in the age of Aquarius, and it's cool, and it's a beautiful thing, and it's happening now, and all we ever have is this moment. So the more that we can rebuild our inner world and tap into this moment, we will be more in touch with that pure part of us. Yeah, I just want to say that Jesus got a bad rap. He's gotten a bad rap from the people that Jesus would be sitting with so that they feel loved and supported. And those people have ended up completely shutting that out when it's something that they really needed to turn to because of what they've been told, which has just been told by people that were driven by fear and, conditioned into operate in this thing that operates in a certain way. I believe very disconnected from the truth of what the pure message that it was in the beginning. So thank you guys.